Hey, I'm Emily Fraser from McDermott Hall. I hope you all like and follow the Sharkstream.
Hi, I'm Lucas Casaber. Join us on the Shark.
Hello, I'm Jonas Soto, and join us on Sharkstream.
Hello everyone, I'm Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. Join us to the Sharkstream. Let's go!
Hello, I am David Alcaide. Join us in Sharkstream.
Hey guys, I'm Federic Horst. Join us on the Shark Stream.
I'm Christina Tkach. Join us on the Shark Stream.
Hey guys, it's Jason Shaw. Join us on the Shark Stream tonight.
I am John Moore. Join me on the Sharkstream.
Hi, I'm Savannah Easton. Join us on the Sharkstream.
Hi, my name is Georgia Georgiev, and you can join us at the Sharkstream.
Joey hit the lights, Bobby grabbed the mic, chicken calling at you from the other side. Shark 3, going live. You're about to enter water, only sharks survive. In 3, 2, 1.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Shark Stream. And guess who I have today? Obviously, you can see the picture right there. Really doesn't need an announcement, but we're going to let you know who he is. This is the man, Johnny Archer, the Scorpion, the player of the decade in the 90s. Everybody's seen him over the years over ESPN and everywhere else, and I'm happy to have him on Shark Talk Live. What's going on, Johnny?
I'm doing good. Can you guys hear me?
All
Can you
right.
hear me? Hello, hello.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Can't hear us. Hold. Oh, you can hear us now? All right, we're good. All right. So how's it going, Johnny?
Good. How you doing, brother?
We're doing good, man. Doing good. It was nice to see you over there in South Carolina at Hilltop Promotions. What did you think of that event over there?
I thought it was top class. I mean, I would know, Stephen and Joe, they spared no expense. I just seen nothing but just everybody handled like VIPs, and they just treated everybody special. They had an open bar outside with some kind of exquisite food. I even ate quail. I don't even know what in the world I done, but I ate quail. I never had that, and it was awesome. It had bacon around it, man. Anyway, to get me to do something like that, that's pretty good. But it was very good, top class. Inside, y'all seen the booth. They had they had a soundproof booth with, commentating with, Scott Frost and Carboys. And, of course, then the top stars of the show, Fedor and Shane. I mean, they had rest on table right there. I mean, just, I can go on and on. But anyway, Mr. Stephen and Joe, they're top class. They're going to be some unbelievable matches put on. The next one, wait till they come out with that one. There's going to be some, anyway, that's going to be pretty exciting. I can't tell you, but anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're one of the sponsors of the Boom and Fraser show when we talk to them regularly. And we know we got some exciting stuff. Your name's always in the mix for those matches. I mean, I know you would love to, because they're also doing the scene, they call it Legends as well. So you'd have some of those.
Who might be the first one? Maybe a recreation of the '92 U.S. Open between
exactly who we
Tommy,
talked about.
I have something. I got a chip on my shoulder. I need to get even. He
How
beat me.
long have you been waiting to get that one back?
Yeah, '92. However long that's been, decades and decades ago. But I've carried it around with me. It's time. Even.
Imagine that after all these years, you have to be a rematch. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? I mean, the crowd, everybody would love that.
Yeah. Yes. It's these guys really support. With you guys' stream there, you guys, I mean, you can't get any better than what you guys do. The production, I mean, as you know, I'm sure you know these guys didn't spare no expense with you or anything you guys needed. I mean, nice hotel rooms right across the street. You can walk to it. You know, you're in town. You don't have to go nowhere. And
Yeah.
beautiful old town of Anderson. I've never been there, and I just thought it was exquisite. I wish I only got to stay one night because my daughter's birthday was the next day, and if I didn't make it back, I probably wouldn't have made it to anything else the rest of my life. So I had to make it back to her. She kind of runs my life, a little bit. She's my baby doll, but anyway, she's 19. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. I love hearing that you're doing that stuff with your daughter because I have a daughter as well, and I know it's very important. Family is huge, and I know you found God as well too, right? You're a man
Yes,
of
sir.
God.
Man, this is going to be a good one to talk about. I was so happy you asked me about that. On this journey, I can go on and on. I mean, there's people behind the scenes that's propping me up that does not want to be mentioned. They don't want to be mentioned. They want to be put with God. And my logo is going to be, it's a God thing. Okay. You've probably seen it a couple times on a couple posts, but you're going to see it all over me. It's going to be the biggest logo on. And I have a couple other sponsors, Big Time Billiards, where we're at right here. Then you got Pool Hub out of Florida. Them guys, they're my first sponsors. And then, of course, it's a God thing. We know what that is. That's my biggest sponsor, and that's the one getting me out there. I'm going to be playing all the matchroom events. I'm going to try as hard as I possibly can to make a final run at the Moscone Cup. And that's the ultimate for me. My son's can't remember. He was live, watched it when he was a young boy, but he's promised if I do, he's going to be there in Florida. And then my daughter, this is a special one this weekend. My daughter's has never seen me play live.
Wow.
Play live. So the last time she was at the Moscone Cup, she was 2.
Right.
So she doesn't remember. She's going to be on the front row right here this weekend playing this match, and she'll be there for every ball. And so to me, I have somebody to impress, and that's if I get kudos from her, I'm okay with everything else.
That's great stuff, man. That's great stuff.
Yes,
I just
sir.
want to say hello. Upstate Al was in the stream. He wants to say hello. Obviously, he's streaming your big match. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Andy Gow, one of our sponsors, says hello as well.
Yep.
Florida joiner. There's a lot of people saying hi to Johnny. That's
Yep.
see.
I can't see the stream. I can't see
I can't see the chat.
There's somebody I'd like to say hi to. It's a good friend of mine. She's a sweetheart. I hope she's there. Amanda out of Florida. Anyway, she's a good friend of mine, and I don't know who else is on. I just know she was trying to get on. I want to say hi.
Okay, go ahead.
I did. Hello, Amanda. How are you?
Perfect. But yeah, just to touch on that Railbirds, it was nice to sit there and see so many different people from there, right? I mean, you were there. I think Jesus Atencio joined us later. Ivan Simonis was there. Jason Weir. People from all over the country, all part of the billiard world was involved in that. That's pretty awesome.
Well, to me, it's beyond awesome. I mean, and I'm gonna tell you what. If people don't believe that God is working, with all of this, everything coming together at once. I know what He's doing in my life at the moment, and I don't understand it. I'm trying to understand it, but I've been overwhelmed. And just a short couple years ago, me and my family went through a couple tough times, and had made a decision that I was not going to play pool competitive anymore. And then a short 2 years later, here I am trying to make a run at my favorite event, the Moscone Cup. I haven't played the U.S. Open in 15 years. I'll be playing there this year. And that's my favorite single event to non-team event. So anyway, I've won, but, we're going to try. Everybody, I loved all the support. We're going to get behind it. We're going to see if we can't push this thing to the end. And, and then I to me, in my mind, I mean, people might not want to hear this, but if I do have to make the Moscone Cup, I would probably, I'd probably retire.
Wow. On top, huh?
And I mean, to me,
We lost him. He'll be right back. I know he has a little issue with his phone there. Somebody calls him, but he'll be right back. But what Johnny was saying is, again, this is the first time we heard it confirmed that he's going to be playing all the events upcoming to play in Moscone. How awesome is that? That's news to me and news to everybody else. We know he's been back in it a little bit, but nothing to that magnitude. So really, really incredible news. We'll get into it when he gets back on. Talking about what tournaments he's going to play in. He already said he's going to play in the U.S. Open, but I'll ask him if he's going to be playing in the Florida as well, the Florida Open, and of course the Vice City Open by one of our sponsors here on the Shark Stream, Dave Fortosiak at Classic Billiards. I wonder if he's going to go to that event. I'm sure he is. We'll talk about that when he pops back in. But right now, if you guys have any questions, tune in right now. Type in your questions. I may ask it on the air. I may not. The numbers are growing. There's a pretty good amount of people watching on all the platforms. So if you have a question, please type it in the chat, and he should be right back any second. So don't go anywhere. Good segment so far with Johnny. Obviously knows he's one of the greatest to ever do it. Lace Up played all the big name players. He came up a little later than the Earls and the Mike Siegels and the Efrons. And he was the one that took the sport by storm.
Okay, there we go. We're back.
Good. You want to turn that?
I'm gonna try to turn the camera. Oh, there we go. Okay,
we're
all good.
So
sorry about that. I hate to say it. I don't know how to turn the thing off. When somebody calls me, it clicks me out of everything. All of a sudden, I go invisible. So anyway,
gives me a chance to talk a little bit. We're good.
Well, that's okay. There's nothing wrong. I try to talk too much anyway.
No. I want to talk about, like you just said, Moscone Cup. That's kind of breaking news, Johnny. I mean, people are rumoring about it, but nobody knew that's what you're doing. So you're playing. Are you going to be playing in the Vice City Open in Florida, the Florida Open, and all the Arizona Opens and the U.S. Open?
Yep. The 5 events: the Classic Billiards, the Florida Open there at the resort, out to Yuma for the big Phoenix Open or the big Arizona Open. Then down to Phoenix for the I got to get in touch with whoever I need to. If somebody knows who I can get to for the Phoenix, I guess the Phoenix Open maybe.
Scott Frost. We'll
Scott's
talk.
tournament. Yes, I'd like to play, and then I've already entered the U.S. Open. So, yes, and then that's our run, and we're gonna give it our best shot.
Nice. So what are you doing for practicing now then? Obviously, we'll talk about your match coming up. What are you doing for practicing right now for this?
Well, it's my home room. I'm the resident pro here at Big Time Billiards here in Dalton, Georgia, where we're playing the event here. We're going to be, we have a wonderful the best pool table ever made, the Gold Crown 7 9-foot table, Brunswick. Is right here, and everybody knows I'm a Brunswick guy. Yes, Diamond's a great table too, but anybody old as I am is probably going to be a Brunswick guy. That's what I played on in the '90s and ESPN and World Championships and all the Billiards International stuff. So, I guess they had sponsors sometime, but anyway, my favorite table has always been a Brunswick. It always has, and this table was designed by Mark Gregory, who's a good friend of mine, and I think he's an absolute genius when it comes to setting up a Brunswick table. He set up my Gold Crown 5 back in the old days when I had it, years ago at my home when I had a nice home, and so he set it up for me. And I won't let anybody, if I ever get a table again, I would never let anybody touch my table but Mark Gregory. That's a proven fact. As long as he's living, we're all good. So. That's kind of where it's at with me. I'm a Brunswick guy, and this is the best one so far, and it'll be showcased. You guys ready, man? It is. I'm going to put some pictures out. I took pictures earlier, so I'll put them out later when we get done, and I'll show it on my Facebook page, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, make sure you go to Johnny's Facebook page and follow if you're not.
Yep. You're not visible to me.
Facebook page, Johnny. Is it just Johnny Archer, or do you have something else on it? Is it Johnny Archer?
I have a couple pages. I can't see you. Oh, there you are, Bobby. Put your good face on there. Good Lord, man, come on. But anyway, because if I'm the only one.
Yeah, what Facebook pages do you have? Well, we lost him again. Apologize for this again. We're having a little issue with his phone. When people call him, he's getting disconnected. But you heard it here. He's a Brunswick guy. Obviously, here in the Shark Stream, we have Gold Crown Sevens throughout the whole place. We have 16 of them. We love the tables. So he's a Brunswick guy. We're a Brunswick guy, Brunswick team. So how awesome is that? Team Brunswick on the road. And we're excited. We're going to talk about his match coming up real soon, too. He's playing Gabe Martinez for 20,000. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, too. It's nice to have him on. It's unfortunate he's getting disconnected, but just bear with us. And again, it gives me a chance to talk about a couple other things when he's not on. So it's not terrible. Everybody wants to hear from him. I want to hear from him. So when he gets back on, he'll get right back into all his stuff. But so far, we already heard breaking news. He's making a run at Moscone Cup 2026. And how awesome would that be if he made it? I think I want to say he's a 6-time veteran for Moscone. We'll ask him that as well, but I think that's what it is. All right, here we go. Yeah, just leave it like that. It'll turn.
Okay, got it.
All right. All right. So
Are you good?
Yeah, we're good. So we just talked about you're trying to make Moscone Cup. What did you play? 6 of them in your career? Is that right?
You're almost close. Times that by 3.
What's that?
I played 17. I played 17 in a row.
Oh, 17 in a row. What am I thinking here? I don't know what I'm thinking. Something.
Where you been, man? Where you been? You ain't that young, are you?
What I'm thinking of I'm thinking of something else. Of course,
no,
you've been
I started in '97 and I played all the way up to 2013.
2003. That was your last time.
2013.
2013. So 13 years ago. And you're ready to make.
That was the last one I played.
You ready to come back for 2026 in Florida? The Shark Stream's going to be there. We'd love to interview if you get there. That would be amazing.
If I hopefully I'll be there whether I'm playing or not. So, I'm gonna try to be there anyway.
Okay, so again, let's talk about your practice. What are you doing for practice to getting ready? Because obviously you got a big money match coming up. We're going to talk about that. But right now, let's talk about your practice. What are you doing to get ready for Moscone?
Well, I mean, like I said, I got the Gold Crown 7 right here. So the best table is I come in and I put time in. I've been here lately. Of course, I've been putting much more time in than getting ready for this match. But I go around and play a few tournaments. Place that's really got me ready was down in Augusta, Georgia. There's and then Aiken, South Carolina. Mr. Mike Newsom, the Rack and Grills down there. He has a Rack and Grill 1, 2, and 3. And I know some people out there probably knows them places. And I've been going there since I actually started back playing 2.5 years ago. Since I actually started back playing, so that's been it's a smaller tournaments, but I've been constantly they play 2 a month. The big table down in Augusta Rack 2 is it's the first Saturday of the month, and then the third Saturday is up in Aiken on the bar table, or the 7-footers. So Mike is just a wonderful pool owner, and he's there every time. He doesn't have to be. He's there. He stays to the end. He pays money out every time, the same money. He continues to add it no matter how many players are there. And I thank you, Mike, for tuning it up. And if it wasn't for there, I wouldn't be even close to being back ready to go out and compete hard again.
Well, that's awesome. You always need somebody in your corner. You know what I mean? That's part of it.
Yeah.
In this game, I mean, you made some lifelong friends over the years, right? Between this sport and all the stuff that you played. You got a lot of good people out there. Real quick.
I mean, the people down there, you got to remember, I'm from South Georgia. So, that's Augusta, Georgia. So I grew up 70 miles from there. So that's all my home people, that's there. And, Todd Blackwell out of Bath, South Carolina there. And you got my man, George the Greek,
Yep.
He's right there in South Carolina. You got, I know I'm going to miss people, but older players, they come in, they bid on me in the Calcutta, and they're there every time for support. And, they helped build me back up, because my confidence was very, very low when I started. And seemed like every tournament. And then, of course, competition, I had Josh Roberts there, who's probably maybe one of the best black players in the African American players in the country, in the United States. And I mean, he is unbelievable, a competitor.
Great player, awesome one pocket player for
Great
sure.
player, great. And I don't think he can't play 9-ball too.
No, absolutely, great player all around.
But I got a little tip from somebody last year, Shane Van Boning, as we all know, in Cherokee, North Carolina. Up at the Ultimate Pool event. There's another way I've been they put me out there. These guys, Ultimate Pool, they're out of England over there. Scott Ryan, Simon Webb, all the rest of the guys. It's Jordan. Just go down the list. Them guys are top notch. Top notch. And I mean, these guys just really put me out nice, and they give me a platform that I didn't think I'd have again. With the tough situation that I had occurred, self-inflicted, with the Oscar situation, that's been a crutch. It's been a big mountain to bear. And so when I came back
now, right? You went out there, it's all good, right? I mean, everything's done.
Everything is wonderful. And two angels from heaven, they know who they are, came along and helped me. They helped me. They said, we want to help you, pay Oscar. We know you need it. We don't want nothing back. We don't want our name out there. They came along. I never met these guys. And I mean, they don't like me talking about it either, but I'm not going to mention names. But you know them very, very closely, that you work with them.
Okay. That's
Recently.
awesome, Johnny.
I mean, we talked about them earlier. But anyway, I can't, I can't say anything more that God has sent everything, because these guys are just, wonderful. I mean, my money guy, my big guy here in town, Mr. Jimmy, he is right here in Dalton. He picks me up every day. He is, well, let's just say he's set financially in 100 lifetimes, and he's wanting to give back. He did not want me to use his logo. He wanted me to use It's a God Thing logo. He said, that's what we're pushing. That's your sponsor. That's not me. He said, I'm just a vessel. And so, I'm not here to preach, and everything, but I'm here to, I want to spread the word.
That's good.
I feel it at my heart. I'm, as everybody everybody that knows me close, I grew up, strict Church of God Christian family, Christian home, and, a nice church. And my brother's a pastor, a Baptist pastor today, right as we speak. And so, it's I don't want to get into too detail. I'll start crying, and I don't want to do that. That's not what it's about. I get pretty emotional when it comes, when I start talking about all the great things. But, this is a journey we're on. And I mean, to me, I feel like God has a plan, definitely has a plan. We all know that. And, I want to just give the glory to God.
Right.
He has brought people in my life just in the last month. Mike Massey, as everybody knows, he's one of the strongest Christian men I've ever met in my whole life. And he has offered to help me try to get in a new pool movie coming out. You just heard it first. I don't have it. He sent me a poster today. I don't have it. So I just want to talk about it. I'm gonna have the poster hopefully up on, Upstate Al's live stream. We're gonna do tomorrow night, live here from
Let's shout out Upstate Al real quick, because Upstate Al's been doing pool for a long time. A good friend of mine. He's been doing a Turning Stone and a bunch of other events in New York and all over. Shout out to Upstate Al, real good, my man. Good job, keep it up, Al.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you something about Al. We live as far apart. He's as full of Yankee, and I'm as full of country boy, Southern boy as they come. That's about as far apart as you can get, from top north to down south. But I'm gonna tell you what, we're as good of friends and as good of buddies as you can ever imagine. He's big. I'm a little old runt, and all that. I look like a fly next to him. But I'm telling you what, he has a heart much bigger than he is. And I'm telling you right now, I called him up. Luckily, he lives he's staying in Maryville, Tennessee at the moment. And so I called him up. I said, Al, I need you. He said, what do you need, my friend? He said, you know, you can count on me. And I told him what I needed. I said, well, what do we need to do? He says, I don't want any payment. I'll be there. He showed up today. He's setting up. I'm going to have all the pictures tonight, setting up the camera equipment. It's a lot of work. He's not charging a quarter. He's doing it for free food and he just wants to give back.
And
you know, this is
the
the
stream,
you know,
right?
this,
We'll talk about your match, but the stream, right?
yeah, the stream, live stream tomorrow night. It's going to be with all his cameras and his we're going to live stream, but then the match will be, of course, streamed in the arena by him live, giving everybody free, just like tonight. Nobody has to pay a quarter.
That's awesome. That's the,
and I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think he's got a YouTube platform. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think he has both.
Okay. So
So
anybody that on Facebook, of course. So there'll be links everywhere. Just click on it, and I want to go ahead and, while I not forget, Saturday. The schedule is Friday. We start Gabe Martinez. We start playing at 4 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be a race to 25 the first day. It's a race to 50 total. So we're playing a race to 25 first day, first one to 25, then we're done for the night. We're thinking this going to last probably anywhere from probably about 5 to 6 hours. We're going to have a few breaks in between, and then come back Saturday. And Mike Massey has agreed to do a wonderful trick shot show that'll be live. That'll be at 2:30 Eastern.
okay.
And then we're going to kick the match back off, Gabe and I, at 4 p.m. Eastern. So then we'll play till we're finished. Whoever gets to 50, and same thing that Shane and Federer just played, the same format. It's young gun against the old broken down guy here. And that's kind of the way it is. And I'm going to try to limp around and do the best I can. He's going to be 100 miles an hour running around. I remember when I was 19. But anyway, I'm not 19 anymore. Let's just say I'm not 19 anymore. So I'm 38 years older than he is. I'm 57. So I'll be getting signing up for senior citizen here before too long.
What's your mindset going to playing somebody that young? I mean, because like you said, he's 19 years old. He's going to be running 100 miles an hour. How do you go into mindset with that?
Well, here's the thing. The table we're playing on is a Gold Crown 7, and it's 4 1/4 inch pockets. So if you fire a ball down the rail and it doesn't hit that sweet spot down there, it won't go. So the only way I can play and compete with Gabe is going to be, I'm going to have to set up very basically Buddy Hall position, which Buddy always played. He's my favorite player of all time, the best I've ever played.
One of the greatest of all time by far.
He's, to me, I always get asked the question, who do I think the greatest of all time is? I always say I can't answer that question honestly. And he said, why not? I said, because I never got to play with Ralph Greenleaf or Mosconi, Luther Lassiter, Eddie Taylor, and all the greats, UJ Puckett. Never got to play with them guys. And so I said, but one thing I can tell you for a fact, the best player I've ever played against, and I played against, Efren and Boots, all the greats, Earl, is Buddy Hall. It's not even close. He's not even in the same ballpark. And I mean, when he plays position, he plays ball in hand position. Like He's got ball in hand every time.
Yeah.
Nobody can play that way. Nobody that I've ever seen. And so I'm going to have to try to somehow play that style of game, on this table. And, because I have to slow roll them in, I got to use every bit of the pocket because I can't shoot as straight as Gabe does. We know he's a straight shooter. I was the same when I was 19. I was a very straight shooter.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
and I pounded balls 100 miles an hour myself. That's the way it was. And, but then as you get older, them balls don't quite go in the center, like they used to. So I've got to kind of, start doing what Buddy Hall taught me. He says, Johnny, you got to open the pocket up, son. And he said, you got to open the pocket up, make the pocket a little bit bigger. So that comes from soft speed. So play that position to where you can kill the ball around. So you better play perfect angles, And he said, when you're doing that, he said, the game becomes a little bit easier. Well, I've got to do that. Even though I'm much older now, my sight's not as good. You see, I'm wearing glasses, and everything. So, and then my goatee was about 3 days ago, it was fully gray. And, so I didn't want everybody seeing that. So anyway, I made it to where at least you can see
Yeah,
something.
what's up with the new look? What did you do all of a sudden? I'm looking you on Facebook. All of a sudden, it's the new Johnny Archer. What's going on with that?
Well, in here, I'm in Dalton, Georgia, and I'm living here now. And I'm going to tell you, I won't move. This might be one of the best cities. It's the carpet capital of the world. There's so much money here, so clean. Everything's beautiful. Everything's close. And I mean, wonderful. My Mr. Jimmy lives here, and he directs me around to everyone. And have a nice lady that cut my hair. Then I said, I'd like to dye it. Maybe somebody could see it, and all that gray hair. And she done it and fixed my hair a little bit and gave me some gel. And I'm too old to know what the hell gel is. I don't know. I'd always thought hairspray was it, but from what everybody said, that's not the way to do it. So anyway, I still got to figure out how to use it. But anyway, I have wonderful, wonderful women, that knows that stuff. Miss Amanda in Florida tells me how to do things. Kind of halfway, make me look halfway decent. And so anyway, at least presentable. And they said I looked at all the comments last night. And everybody said I look younger. And I know they're being nice. I know they're being nice. They don't want to hurt an old man's feelings, but it is what it is. And
listen, like I said, you're looking good. I like the way it looked. I think you got a lot of comments there. I think people seem to like it because over the years, you start, maybe not tightening up as much as you do now. You're looking good, getting ready for Moscone, getting ready for the big match.
Well, the one thing is, I've gotten my belly. I've always been slender. My whole family. My dad was 6'4" and tall. My son, he weighs about 140 or 50. He's 6'3". He's a stud. And of course, good looking thing. And anyway, I'm not. That's kind of the way it is. And so, I'm slender. And of course, whenever I quit being active, I used to play a lot of golf and basketball on tour. And I was active playing tennis, and I quit that, and all of a sudden the belly and the soda started protruding outward. So anyway, the last week and a half, I probably lost about 20 pounds. I quit the sodas again, and I had to get ready for this match for stamina-wise, and hey, it's working. How about that? It's working. So, I feel
Let's
much
talk
more.
about the match. You're looking good. You're looking good. You're playing for $20,000. Winner takes all. I believe that's what it said, right? Winner takes all. It's
That's
not
right.
an and 20,000 2 days. So this is the same, similar to the event we played at Hilltop, 2 days, 25. But it's not. It's race to 50, right? You're stopping at 25 after day one, correct?
Yeah, it's the same format as Shannon and played. 25 first day, and then stopping, and then coming back and finishing at the 50. It's the same format they played. I just copied them guys. Is all it is. And I know that's not the best thing for me because I would more or less kind of need a sprint instead of a long marathon. But hey, I'm energized. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna try to slow Gabe down. He's gonna be 100 miles an hour, so I'm gonna try to slow him down. Try to halfway put the slow walk of death on him. But that's the only way I can do it. So that running around, he can. He's going to stop every so often.
All right, so let's talk about the rules. There was a lot of talk about, you said
rack.
Yeah. Well, everybody's talking about the rules, and from what I understand and what I heard from you on Dominic's Dunn show earlier, the only rule is different than anything else is you're just racking for your opponent, right? Everything else is the same.
No. It's old school rules. It's totally different than today's rules.
Oh, okay. What do you got? Tell us what you got. What are the rules?
Winter break. Everybody plays a lot of break. Winter break. Basically, it was the camel rules, like we played on the camel tour back in the 90s. So, it's not a break box. It's before we had the break box. So, it's break from anywhere. You can break from anywhere. It's not a break box. Rack the spot. So it's not the 9 on the spot. It is loser rack. So you're not racking your own. We're going to have to all defend ourselves and get up. It's going to be a battle. If we're warriors, I'm an old warrior, and he's definitely a young gun warrior. and we're gonna go to battle. It's gonna be fighting and a lot of games. Ain't gonna be a lot of sprinting out there and running 4 or 5 racks. This table won't allow it. It's maybe once in a while, but it's gonna be it's not gonna be very easy to run a lot of racks on this table, especially with not putting a magic rack out there where everything's going. It's gonna be a triangle. We have the Brunswick triangle that come with the table, and everything's set up great. That's kind of what it is. So we're going old school. That's the only chance I had. I can't get up here and run gun with him. I have no chance. I don't run very fast anymore. I have to kind of walk. So I can't. If I was 19 with him, we can run and gun all day long. But I can't. I mean, I have to know my limitations, and I don't have it, and I never have it again. So I got to do what I can to compete, and then we're just going to see which style wins. That's all it is.
Right. Well, you have the experience, right? I mean, you probably gambled more times in your lifetime than he's been around, right? So you have a little bit of experience on the edge there too.
Not a lot of gambling. That's the thing. I gambled. I gambled up till about. I had to gamble because I wanted to get on a tour, and I couldn't afford. I was small town Georgia. Grew up poor. So anyway, I had to get out on. I had to get out there on tour. And anyway, the only way to support myself, is I had to get out there, so I had to fund it somehow. So I did it by gambling, because I grew up gambling. So then I met Earl Strickland, my hero. I met Earl when I was 14. I got to play him 2 games when I was 14, and I beat him. I beat him one of the games anyway, up in Chattanooga Billiard Club, right down the street from here. Anyway, so when I got out there and got to competing, I went out and I joined my first tournament when I was 17. Actually, 2 years younger than Gabe. I was on tour, already playing. So, and then I got out there and I took advice from everybody, my heroes, Earl, Buddy, Nick, Siegel, Rimpy. Then I got to play a lot with Reed Pierce, all them guys. I mean, just them guys was invaluable to my career to start out with. I had unbelievable support. They helped me at any time. The guys nowadays look like they don't want to help anybody. If you go up and talk to them, it's like, I mean, I hate to say that, they don't look near as friendly. These guys welcomed me in with open arms, and I was a nuisance. And I was like a buzzy bee around them. I buzzed them all the time, and I just wanted to be around them. And but Earl gave me an advice one time. He said, Johnny, I want to talk to you a minute. And I said, okay, yeah, sure, Earl. You're my hero too. And he says, the gambling part I used to do also. Earl used to gamble.
Yeah,
so
we talked about him on the podcast.
He got to the point. He says, listen, I've got to make a decision whether I'm going to gamble, I'm going to play tournaments, and try to go for the trophies. And so he said, you got to pick one. You need to pick one. And I said, well, I want to, the reason I wanted to start playing pool was I got to watch Earl in 1983 or 84 play at Caesars Tahoe, and he played against Mizurek on ESPN. So I got to watch it, and Earl made this shot. He jumped the ball, full length cue, the best in the world ever is Earl jumping with a full length cue. Absolutely. He jumped the ball, made a ball.
Oh, we lost him again. He'll be right back. Again, you got great Johnny Archer talking a little bit about everything, talking about his gambling match, talking about his history of the game, talking about playing Earl Strickland. And it's just a pleasure to have him on the Shark Stream. We're so excited to have him. He's going to be joining us again in a few minutes. He's going to pop back in, and I got a couple more things to talk about. Hope you guys enjoying it so far. Johnny seems to be in really good spirits. Seems to be hungry. Looks like he's ready to go. You talked about he's got a 5 tournament venue coming up. The Vice City, and then Florida Open, both of them in Arizona, and then he's got the U.S. Open. So he's making his mind. He's trying to go for Moscone, and it's going to be awesome to watch. I know the American people are going to love it. They're going to be rooting for him hard, and it's going to be fun to see. I'm excited for it as well. You can see it in his eyes. You can hear it in his voice that he's got a new vigor to him right now. And I don't think no matter what happens to this match, he's going to be ready to go. for Mosconi. I can't wait to watch him. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the chat what you think, if you think he has a chance to make it to Mosconi. And if you want to see him in Mosconi, let us know what you think in the chat. I'm sure he's going to go back and check it out later. So I'm sure he would love to hear from you and see from you. So
Okay.
let him know in the chat. There we go. All right.
Somebody, when they call, it takes me a minute because I'm not very tech savvy. My son's not here, and my daughter. If they'd done it, they'd get it back, 2 seconds. But anyway, it takes an old man a little while to do any kind of this crazy, doggone tech stuff. I wish we didn't have.
That's all right.
But anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about. But
You're talking about Earl.
Earl. Okay, so Earl gave
arms and all that good stuff.
That's right. So Earl gave me the advice, and then I said, I seen what he done, and I said, when I seen him jump that ball in Mizrak, the crowd just goes crazy. Earl holds his cue up in there. Mizrak looked over there, said, what just happened? They never seen the jump shot before. And so what just happened? Is that a foul? They showed a camera on Mizrak, if you pull it up on YouTube, and Earl goes around, the crowd's just cheering, he's holding it up in there. And meanwhile, I said, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. I don't want anything. However, I need to get there. So I had to start, when I did get out there, I had to start, it was a few years later that I decided I did quit high school, at 16. Don't do that. The Lord blessed me and took care of me, a dumb country boy doing something he wasn't supposed to do. And he's just blessed me. And, and then the road life, it smartened me up. It toughened me up. And I learned a lot, out there. I'm not really very book smart, that's my children, not me. But anyway, but I got out there, and at 16, I quit school when I turned 16. It was November 12th. Of course, everybody knows I'm Scorpio, so that's where the scorpion comes from. Is my zodiac sign.
There you go. Now we know.
As soon as I turned 16. I took off, went to Melbourne, Florida, and started out. Tommy Kenny was the first one I seen, buddy, and then here I am many moons later, 41 years later. So, and a lot of in-betweens, but like Earl told me that, and I wanted to do that, and he said he done it, and that's how he done it. And I said, well, I'm going to do it. Now, don't mean that I didn't gamble some matches here and there. But I swore I didn't. It ain't like I went against gambling. I loved to watch it. I would bet on people. I'd play a few little matches here and there, like C.J. Wiley. We matched up. Dennis Hatch, we matched up. My buddy said, no, and we done a few things. I got to play some straight pool. Get some Zuglin and Grady Matthews and things like that for a little bit of money. And anyway, that but it wasn't what I went out there to do, because you can't do both. Now they say Shane, gamble. Shane doesn't go out there to gamble. He shows up for these matches when they're set up. That's what he does. You don't see him following the road trying to gamble. So he does the same thing. He just done more gambling than I did. I didn't have access to any kind of money like that, like he does. And Shane probably, I'm gonna talk a little good about him. He's he's building $1 million house as we speak, on his own. And, it'll be done in a year. And, he's, anyway, maybe don't look for him to play many more years. I've met him.
Yeah. It's a little different now. We lost him again. Again, one more time, he's going to be joining us right back again. And then we're probably going to cut it off pretty soon. But great stuff here from the great Johnny Archer. What you got to hear from so far is he's playing a $20,000 match this weekend. We're going to go over the dates again with him real quick. I believe it's Saturday and Sunday, or it might be Friday and Saturday. I'm going to find out in a few minutes. And then he is committed to making Mosconi this year, to make a run at it at least. He's going to be going to Florida and Arizona, and then to Texas for the U.S. Open. And I know everybody's excited. He said he hasn't played the U.S. Open in 14 years. So I want to touch on that a little bit. And then that's it. It was an awesome pleasure to have him on talking. Super excited to get him on when I saw him in South Carolina, and he said, hey, you're the Shark Stream, right? I'm like, yeah. I talked to him in advance, so we were able to get him back on. So, all right. Great stuff, Johnny.
That was Mike Bassey trying to call in because, as we know, Mike Massey's going to be doing the trick shot show at 2:30 Eastern on Saturday. And tomorrow, so give you a little preview, Mike Massey's come over here to help film me for the new pool movie of his life story that a Christian-based company is going to produce. It's the new pool movie going to come out. We're going to start filming September, October.
We actually had him on
something like that.
We had him on our Boom and Freezer show podcast. We're going to get you, Johnny. You know that, right? Scott and I are going to get you on next season. You're going to get on the Boom and Freezer show. We need to have a nice couple-hour conversation, talk about everything that's going on in your life a little bit more in depth, you know. So we're definitely going to get you involved in that. Did we lose you again?
Mike.
Are you there, Johnny? All right, we lost him again. But yeah, we're definitely going to get him on the Boom and Freezer show, of course, and hopefully that new movie that's going to come out. We talked to Mike Massey already on the Boom and Freezer show, and we're pretty excited about that. Scott Frost might even have a part in that. We're talking about that. So just a lot of cool things. Again, I do apologize for him getting disconnected, but we'll talk to him one time for a few minutes, and then we'll let him go. So anytime you want to chat right now, put it in the chat. Love Mike. He's talking about Mike Massey. Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be doing trick shots over there in North Carolina at Johnny's event, which is going to be really cool. So not only going to be able to get the great matchup of the youngster versus the legend, you're going to get some trick shots by Mike Massey. So that's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. It's going to be in for a real treat. All right, we're back.
I'm sorry. I had to get in touch with Mike out there, get Glenn to call him and say, hey, give me a couple minutes. We ain't got too much longer. But anyway, and so I know you had him on. Did he promote the movie?
He did, yeah. He promoted the movie. He talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked all about it. Scott might have a part in it. I know you're in it. It's going to be a lot of great superstars. Jeanette Lee. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to check it out.
But now I actually, Mike's having me play in the movie, but
Yeah, exactly.
but not playing pool.
Oh,
I'm not here to play. I'm gonna be Roger, the redneck bartender.
Okay, perfect.
I'll be the guy that's actually setting up the kind of shady games in this arena, you know, kind of helping the gambling. And you know, he's already gave me the overalls and you know, and anyway, that was the actual picture I sent on Facebook yesterday was. I'm gonna put up the real picture with the overalls. That's actually my character.
I can't wait. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
So anyway, I ain't like it. I'm in a pool movie and I don't get to hit one pool ball. So,
that's
but
okay.
It's gonna be a tremendous amount of fun. It being a Christian-based movie, I'm gonna say it again. Give God the glory, because this is what we're doing. We're putting out the word of God, and you know, we need to give the glory to God. That's all. We're every one of us is vessels that's on this journey with me. You know, we're just vessels. You know, we need to promote God, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try my best to do the most I can. I've never done it before. I feel led. You know, people around me is all Christian based. They're all, you know, and I'm not here to push. I'm not here to push anything on anybody. I'm just here to share something, and hopefully, if it helps one person out there, then all I know is if it helps one person, then we've done our job.
Well, listen, Johnny, I'm super excited because from the pool world to have you come on and come back and do all these things. Like first you're doing the money match, right? And then I'm hoping to have you here at Yale Billiards to do a show as well for us. I'm excited about that. And then, you know, you're going to be traveling, playing all these pro events. And when you were down there at Hilltop Promotions, literally you were, I mean, it was like you were a superstar there, right? They had to make you feel good, right? Walking in there and hanging out with everybody. I mean, the meet and greet, how cool was that, Johnny?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you how it made me feel. It rose the hair on my arms just like this when you just said it. When I didn't know how my reception was going to be. I knew that Shane and Federer's the stars. They're the stars. You know, I'm a past star.
It was their event for sure, 100%. I'm not taking anything away from them.
Well, I'm Jack Nicklaus out there, and you know, Tiger Woods, whenever he was playing, you know, he was the star, Jack Nicklaus. But they intertwined. that's the way it was. It was a past time, and luckily, thank the Lord that I actually get to still halfway compete a little bit. Right now I'm not ready to give it up. When I reach, of course, my goal, as you know, is the ultimate prize, and that's making the Moscone team one more time. Whenever I my last event was, Moscone was 2013. That's 13 years ago. And so I didn't go out on my terms. We got beat really bad. I mean, now the year before, in London, 2012, I did something I never did before. I went undefeated.
Undefeated, right?
I won 6 points. Our team won 9 points total. So we got beat 11-9. That one hurt me. I cried on that one. And I really wanted that bad. And so basically, I didn't go out on my terms. And if I happen to just make the team to get to associate with, the legends out there, the greatest in the world, Federer, who they said, Federer, every time I walks in, he said, we look like brothers. I said, no, I'm a much older brother. But I said, I thank you for the sentiment, my son. But anyway, whenever you put us next to each other, I just got a lot fatter belly. He's much more fit, but anyway, and then getting there with Shane, a lot of people think Shane is, is reserved and all. Behind the scenes, you will be.
So after the event, we were sitting for hours. That what he was telling us, I can't even repeat in the show right now. It was unbelievable.
In the phone that I have in the phone that I have right now, pictures that Shane has sent me that I saved. We can't share what they are, okay? But we compared anyway. But you can. But it's. That's Shane. But Shane is a wonderful human.
He really is. He really is.
He has a chip on his shoulder. So, from his defect, his handicap, that he has with his hearing loss, and so, he talks about it in his documentary. He talks about it. I think it was 60 Minutes, I think.
Yeah, it was.
And anyway, he talks about it. Now, he had talked about it with me years ago. I don't share people's, things, but once he talked about it out there, I don't mind sharing it now. And so, I knew him back then, I don't know. He's a great human. He really is.
He really is. He is. I agree 100%. And it was a lot of fun hanging out with him this last weekend. And again, it was the meet and greet. And it was like to see you there as well, meeting everybody. Everybody was really thrilled to see you. Like you said, you got a little excited about that, right? Because people were excited to see you.
And I mean, when I walked in, I didn't know after the situation with Oscar, it's been cleared up. It was cleared up, a month ahead of time, a month before that, but it was cleared up. So I didn't know my reception. I didn't know, I was a little uneasy. I'm not going to lie. I was very nervous. And so, I walk in. Of course, the first thing I see, here's Shane and Federer standing up there with their banner, signing all the autographs, being the stars that they are. A big line of people getting, cues and pictures and, cue ball sign, whatever they're done. And anyway, I kind of walk in, I walk in and, I kind of wanted to stay out the side. They're the stars. And meanwhile, when a lot of people that see me, they start coming over to me to want autographs.
Yeah.
And so reception, that initial reception, well, I will say it made me cry.
Yeah.
It made me cry. I can't, well, I'm going to try not to do it, but I can't put into words how great it made me feel.
You have to understand how important you are to these people that follow pool, and it's part of their lives. And we had Earl Strickland here 4 years ago, and I had a similar conversation with him afterwards, and he goes, I don't understand these people. I'm like, Earl, everybody loves you, and you have to understand. And you, Johnny, I mean, you have such a relationship with these people in their brains and their minds from seeing you on ESPN for all these years and watch you win the championships and play on Moscone. You're embedded into their feelings and into their lives. So it's deeper than just, oh, he makes balls. You have a relationship with them. It's something that you saw a little bit at the meet and greet, and I think you're going to see more of it on this next 5 weeks tour that you're going on. I think you're really going to appreciate it, and I know the fans are going to appreciate to see you out there. And I hope you sign all the autographs and get all the accolades that you deserve, Johnny. I really do.
I'll never miss an autograph. Anybody comes up for anything, I would never turn nobody away. And I will tell you, when I put up the announcement, and I know it's a great announcement for this match, the flyer and everything. Well, I cheated a little bit, and AI wrote it for me. AI wrote it for me, and it was wonderful. And when I put it up, Mr. Bobby, when I put it up, I got, within 30 minutes, I got a special text message from Facebook saying that this post is getting much great action on it. And so, well, let's say right now, I looked at it last night, and as far as views, I guess I can hit a thing and it goes back and it shows you all the algorithm and all the numbers. And anyway, at the moment, it's probably up. My guess is, I checked it today. It's probably up around 120,000 views.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
Yeah.
comments, reactions, and what they were telling me is there's a big percentage of non-followers that's in it. And I said, well, the pool fans are going to do it, but the non-followers, basically people excited that wants to see it. Them are what we got to do. We got to bring new people involved. Bring in new people. All of a sudden now we get the stands twice as full. We get more people watching these streams that we do now. We get more people watching the match this weekend. Great, wonderful. Upside Down doing it for free. Free stream this weekend. Free. Now, you don't have to pay for it.
Right. That's amazing. That's great.
That's amazing. That's giving back. That's giving back to whoever wants to see. Here's something for you guys. Free stream last weekend, 2 weekends in a row. I get excited. I'm sorry, I get loud. But free weekends last weekend with Shane. To me, the greatest American. I passed the torch to Shane. I kind of was pretty good for a good while. The 90s and in the early 2000s. So I was able to pass the torch to Shane and say, here, take it, my son, go and look at what he's done in the last 20 years. Look
Amazing.
at what he's done. I mean, just the biggest grinder and the biggest fighter. I worked alongside with him at the Moscone Cup. I seen it. He's a warrior.
Yeah,
Shane's a warrior. You want him out front and fighting the battles for you. General stays behind, and that's what it is. And so just to watch him do what he's done, and it's just. I think we've all can sit there and feel honored to be a part of his journey, And
you are a huge part. I mean, there's so many, like I said, player of the decade, that doesn't come easy. I mean, that's unbelievable. Like you said, 19 Moscone Cup participants, and I think it's 6 wins, 6 times points champion. I mean, there's so many titles that you won. It's incredible. I'm not going to keep you too much longer.
The single accolades, that doesn't matter. The single accolades, yes, was I fortunate, in the 90s, I won 4 world titles. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. My greatest single event, of course, win is the U.S. Open, me being American, that's it. I was fortunate enough to win it one time. Of course, Tommy kicked my butt, in 92, but a lot of people don't know I won the hot seat in 1990. In 1990, I won the hot seat. Nick Varner beat me in the final. And so a lot of people don't know that one now, but that one wasn't on camera. You can find it. You can YouTube it. But anyway, it's just, I just go back and I can't give enough praise. I get down on one knee and say thank you to my heroes, Buddy Hall, Nick Varner. We traveled on the road doing shows. I got to room with Nick Varner. He is one of the funniest, probably tightest persons in the world on money I've never ever seen in my life. He's as tight as 1 is to 2 with his pennies. And he writes down the tolls. I got a little story. We were up there doing shows up north, up in New York. We'd been out there 4 or 5 days, made us $4,000 or $5,000 a piece. We're in the hotel one night, and he's got his little tax book or whatever he does. He keeps recorded. I paid my debt to him with the hotels, and he's looking. He said, "Well, our debt's, I think right now $2.75." I said, $2.75. What is that for? He says, well, we went through 2 tolls and I paid it. That's your half. I said, Nick, you got to be kidding me. We just made 4,000. He said, I said, Nick, I said, I will remember this as long as I live. I said, I'll record this down And I said, I'm telling it probably maybe 20 years later. And I said, but anyway, but as a heart, he's a small guy with a humongous heart. His son and my son they were born, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months apart, and so, and his wife, Tony, good going Nick, he's 20 years older than she is 1 week older than me.
Okay.
So,
wow.
So go Nick. Go
Yeah.
Nick. You're the man. You're my hero, buddy. And but anyway, which I did. I was very fortunate. My ex-wife Melanie, we see in the Moscone Cup stands and all. She was 13 years younger than me, so I was trying to catch up with Nick. I didn't quite make it. I fell about 7 years short, 6, whatever. I was trying, Nick. I ain't gonna make it, buddy. I think we're going. I'm gonna quit trying to chase it. But anyway, all kidding aside, them guys are just. I can't talk enough about them, and I know we got to go. But listen, can we do something? If you do for me, can I walk out in the pool room and show you where we're going to be playing?
Yes, let's do that right now because we're Team Brunswick, right? Brunswick sponsors us as well, right? We're teams.
I did not know that.
Yes, the Sharkstream.
Brunswick sponsoring here. We have Brunswick. We have the UPL Ultimate Pool USA is my sponsor also. We have, of course, I don't know who else. I think Simonis is. We're gonna have Simonis's. Them little tabletop things.
Yep.
But anyway, here we go. How do I turn my camera around?
Just hit the little arrow that looks like a circle, like it looks like there's like a U-turn, like there should be. There you go. You got it. You got it, Johnny. All right, this is Johnny's room right here.
I want to say hello.
Nice got little kids there. Nice little. How's it going? What's up? Hello.
Johnny, he's the one orchestrated the game that we got this meeting. There's Bortich.
All right, what's happening?
That nickname. He's
all right, Johnny, giving us a tour.
Here's the staff. Everybody say hello. Here we are back here. And here's the arena back here.
Going on over there. That poker and pool go hand in hand. There you go. There's the Brunswick Gold Crown 7. There it is.
Of course, we see Upstate Al. Upstate Al.
Hey, what's up, Al? How you doing, brother? What's up? My man. What's up, Al?
Baby, say hello to Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
My man. Okay, and there's the Ultimate Pool USA banner. It's going to be up. Of course, we have the Brunswick banner, of course, right here. This is the Brunswick banner here, and this is the beautiful Gold Crown 7, brand new, only came out this year. This is what we're playing on. There's the Brunswick, of course, the Brunswick rack here. Thank you so much to Brunswick and Mr. Jimmy. Mr. Jimmy purchased this table, my man, and he put it in here for free. And we all know how much money that cost. So there we are. That's what we're showcasing. That's what we're playing on. Wonderful arena. And of course, Upstate Al, he's setting it up like the professional that he is. This is where Mike Massey will be doing his show on Saturday. And there we go. Okay.
Looks great, Johnny. It looks awesome in there.
Oh, and I didn't show the logo of the pool hall here.
Okay, go ahead. Big Time Billiards, baby.
Billiards. There we are.
Big Time Billiards and Cafe, right there.
Let's go here. Now we're outside, and I showed you the front of the building.
You go. Look at that place. Big Time Billiards and Cafe, North Carolina. Right? North Carolina?
This is Dalton, Georgia.
Oh, Dalton. South Georgia. I'm sorry about that.
I'm Georgia, man. I ain't leaving Georgia. You know better than that. There you go. Okay. But anyway, yes, it's right next to Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're right here on the Tennessee-Georgia line. Georgia's right here. Dalton, right next door is Chattanooga. That's where we're at.
All right.
To the office so I can hear you guys. And you guys can do a sign off, whatever you guys want to do. You the
Yeah,
professional.
no, that was great. That was awesome. I'm just glad everybody get to see that place in Georgia.
Correct.
Is that your home room? Is that where you play out of?
Yes. Let me get my camera. There we go. Okay.
Is that where you play
Yeah,
out of?
this is where I play out of. I'm the resident pro here. I live here now, and
Okay.
you know, I lived here. I moved here, and I have all the support I need, and more here because I need it. You know, I'm not very financially stable, but anyway, hopefully we can change that.
All right. So just want to recap real quick on our way. So Johnny got a big match. Is it Friday and Saturday or Saturday and Sunday for 20?
Friday the 17th.
Okay.
We start the match. We play it till we finish to 25. Saturday we come back. Like I said, 2:30 Eastern time. Mike Massey will do his trick shot show. We're going to be about 30, 45 minutes long. He'll do his thing. And then Gabe and I, we're going to have a little break where we're going to hit balls. And then we're going to hit balls and we're going to start back to battling. And we're going to finish to 50, however long it takes.
Awesome. And Upstate Al streaming that for free, right?
For free. And I will say, if anybody's in the area, I've already know who's coming here. They're going to be open 24 hours for 2 days because of humongous amount of action here.
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
That'll be, hope probably after hours, but there'll be some during the day. You've seen we have many more pool tables back there. So we have 7-footer diamonds. We have 9-foot diamonds. Of course, the only Brunswick in the place is the one we're playing on.
Awesome.
There we go.
All right, that's awesome. So a lot of action there as well. And then you heard it here first. He's making a run from Moscone. He's going to do the 5 tours. He's going to do the Vice City. Let's give a shout out to Dave Partosiak, right? Classic Billiards. That guy's awesome, right?
I just paid the entry fee to him up at they're over there in Anderson, Fedder's match.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
I paid my entry fee there, so I'm in.
He's awesome. That's great. So you got him. Then you got the Florida Open, 2 Arizonas. We'll talk to Scott. And then, of course, the U.S. Open. So we're going to be pulling for you, Johnny. We want to see you up in the points. We want to see you taking down a trophy. We're looking forward to seeing you play some great pool.
Well, all I know is all the support, please, is welcome. You know, because I'm gonna need it. I need to be pushed through. I need to be motivated. You know, it's gonna be hard at times because it's gonna be a grinding thing.
Of course.
You know, I grinded hard when I was 19, 20 to 30 years old, but now it's gonna be much harder. So. Yes, any support that people get, I will not turn down an autograph. I don't care how tired or aggravated I am. Don't worry about that. So I love everyone. Thank you so much for everyone for supporting me and helping me get back to even have a chance. And I didn't expect it, but here I am, and I'm gonna try to do the best I can, and I'm gonna end it like this. We're gonna give God the glory.
That's right. That's right. And the last thing, obviously, it's a good thing to end on with God, obviously, but the Boom and Freezer Show, me and Scott Frost, we have an awesome podcast. We want you on. We're going to book you next season. Is that good? 100%? Luck.
You guys want, you have me anytime.
That's great. All right, Johnny, I know you're going to get back to practicing. Good luck this weekend. We're all going to be watching you, and can't wait to see you.
And there will be don't forget, there will be a live stream with Upstate Al tomorrow night. I'm sure he's going to do it on YouTube and Facebook and everything. So I don't know the time yet. We'll post it on our pages and let everybody know. So that'll be the final podcast. So we actually going to have Gabe on then. So
wow, okay.
Be live right there in the arena. It'll be live there. So anyway, with Upstate's wonderful stuff. And anyway, I want to say thank you so much, Mr. Hilton, and thank you, Sharkstream Billiards. Thank you, guys. Wonderful platform. You put everything, and I did one. I'll go ahead and tell you one new sponsor I have is Pool Hub. Poolhub.com. They're out of Florida, and anyway, Mr. Dean, I've signed on with them. It's going to be a Facebook based platform where you don't have to go through Facebook. You go to Pool Hub. You click on there, and everything's pool. Everything's pool. Oh. So everybody get ready for that. It's going to be unbelievable. And so, we're going to promote with everybody, you guys, whoever, we're going to help everybody's numbers, and let's all make this thing big. How about that?
That's right. That's the goal, Johnny.
Let's do it, brothers.
All right, my friend. Good talking to you. All right, we'll see you later. All right, bye-bye.
Thanks, my friend. Bye.
All right, guys, that was a great Johnny Archer. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and lot to uncover there. He did a lot of great stuff talking about his travels that he's going to be going through and his big money match. So I want to say thanks for tuning in. Bobby Boom. See you later. Bobby Hilton here from the Shark Stream. Give a shout out to all of our sponsors. Of course, our gold sponsors, Brunswick Billiards. We are the Brunswick Arena on the Shark Stream, and of course, McDermott Cues. Then we got our silver sponsors. We can't forget those. We got Taom Billiards, Salotto, of course, Yale Billiards, Simonis Cloth, Wayne Harriman, the Sandman, Pro Fitman Billiards, Andy Gow, Aramith, Letman Lights, and Carbon Magic Cleaner. And of course, we can't forget our local and bronze sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. They've been with us for a long time. K. Morgan Painting, APA, Jacoby Custom Cues, Sigma Wear, Organic Ink Tattoo, Dynamic Pressure Washing, NM Billiards, Tommy's Tattoo Supply, Pool Table Magic, and of course, Vaculease. Thank you guys all for your continued support. Appreciate it.